What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 4. So if you haven't seen Episode 4 of the 9th season of RHOP, turn this video off and go watch the episode and come back and watch this video. And please like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's a simple, easy, free way, anonymous way to support my channel. That's all I can say is that that's the easiest way you can support. I am not a public speaker, so I will tend to fumble my words and say and so and like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my speaking down to regain my thoughts. Definitely going to be looking at my notes over here that I take throughout the show. And anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. Comment below what you would grade this week's episode and what you thought of this week's episode. If there's anything in particular that I should have talked about that you felt I should have talked about and I didn't, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I enjoyed this episode. It was entertaining. It didn't do too much. It gave me the laughs. It gave me the oops. Like, it gave me all that. So I would give this week's episode, I would give it a little B-. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed this episode. It was entertaining. We had the entire cast. So, yeah, I like it. I liked it. So, yeah, Last Chance. The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 4. If you have not seen it, turn this video off because I'm about to spoil the entire episode. So, the beginning of the episode starts off where we left off in last week's episode with this continued conversation between Karen and Mia about Karen's court case. So, of course, Karen is, still not trying to say too much. She basically saying that she was overwhelmed with the conversation that she had before the drive, and that's what kind of caused her accident. But, she's not really admitting to nothing. She like, the case is still pending, so she can't say anything too much without incriminating herself. So Karen, now she mentioning to Mia, which I thought was crazy of all people, she mentioning this to Mia. She's like, I heard that Jacqueline had some words to say about me before I came into my birthday party, saying that I called her and I sounded like I'd been drinking. And she was like, and that's a complete lie. And I was like, it's crazy that you're saying this to Mia of all people, because if you go back to that episode, Jacqueline tried to make it seem a little less than what it was. She was like, well, sound like Karen might have been a little tipsy. Mia was the one that was like, well, you said Karen called you drunk. But you see, Mia in that moment didn't say shit. I was like, that's the wrong person to be saying something to. Because she the one that put Mia's the one that put 10 on 2 by saying, well, you said she called you drunk. So then, of course, all the ladies are split up in different sprinters. So in the sprinter with Jacqueline, Giselle, and Wendy, Jacqueline, she starts talking about how Karen is mad at her about the whole situation. And she's like how she don't care. And Giselle's trying to be like, well, Karen done did this before. She didn't call other people drunk. And Wendy shuts it down. She's like, let's not talk about Karen while Karen's not here. And this is why I love Wendy. I was like, yes, if that's your friend, I was like, stick up for your friend. Don't let them talk shit about your friend. So I liked it that Wendy did that in that moment. Because who knows where the conversation would have went. And then Karen probably would have felt the way that Wendy didn't shut it down or whatever the case may be. So then in the other sprinter, you got Kiana, Jazzy, and Ashley. I mean, Kiana, I like saying Kiana's name because it's so close to mine. Like, if you take the N out of her name, that's literally my name. So it's just like, but they call her K, so, but I'm not going to call her K because I like her name. I guess they call her K. Maybe they can't pronounce it. I don't know, but it's easy as hell. But we and the other sprinter is Kiana, Jazzy, and Ashley. But you wouldn't even think Ashley ass was there because Jazzy and Kiana was having their own little conversation about their significant others and stuff. And Ashley was just in the background like just nodding and smiling along. I was like, yeah, block this bitch out. I was like, but at the same time, you shouldn't be saying too much in front of Ashley, nut ass. But we know Kiarna. See, I said Kiara. Kiarna has the med spa. I think that's what her business is. And she says like basically her business like at this point in this stage her business basically runs itself. So at this point now she's she's working with her she's working with her boyfriend in his business. So back in the sprinter with Wendy, Jacqueline, and Giselle, Wendy brings up something she heard on the plane. She says she heard Jazzy call Jacqueline Mia's sidekick. And, you know, Jacqueline gets defensive. She's like, oh, no, there's no comparison between me and Jazzy. Like, I've known Mia longer. Mia's my dearest friend. You know, she didn't say all that, but she was like, there's no comparison between me and Jazzy, trust me. And I feel like Mia is loving this whole little storyline of Jazzy and Jacqueline competing to be her closest friend. I bet you Mia is soaking this shit up. She try to act like she don't, like it's she trying to act like it's oblivious, like she don't know what the fuck on, but she know. So then back in the sprinter with Mia and Karen, Mia just off the they start talking about Stacy, and Mia's like, well, I just don't find Stacy interesting at all. She's so uninteresting. She's like, and the other girl said so as well. And I'm just like, now Mia, it was a lot said about your ass when you first came on the show. You got some damn nerve. And I'm like, how is she not interesting? She has all the, what's the word? She has all the makings to be a housewife of Potomac. She's living in Potomac, going through a divorce, dating someone new. She doesn't have a lot of girlfriends. It's like she's like the perfect candidate for this show. So I was just like, how is she boring? I don't find Stacy boring. I mean, it's only the fourth episode. How do we get that Stacy is boring? I like Stacy, especially after this episode, because Mia tried her at the end with the whole room situation, and I was glad that Stacy reacted the way Mia didn't expect. But we're going to get to that later. So I was happy about that. So when the ladies arrived to the, what is this, a villa, a house? I don't know what it is, but when they arrived to the place, Karen and Giselle found out that they got to share a bathroom. And, you know, they still ain't had they talk about, you know, Giselle being mad at Karen about the whole GNA event situation, whatever. They find out they sharing a bathroom, and Karen's just like, could you not say you have to pee, Giselle? Like, why do you say you have to pee? And this is when we find out that Mia has Kiarna and Stacy standing in the same room, and the room has bunk beds. And Kiarna's like, oh, I see how you feel about me, Mia. I see how you feel now. I know how you feel about me now. Basically. Kiarna wasn't too happy about it. I mean, she didn't let it get to her. I guess she just chucked it up as, you know, the newbies on the cast. And then Wendy, I mean, I know it's her birthday the next day, but her and Mia been through some shit. But Wendy surprisingly gets the best room. Well, the second best room, because Mia's room was the best. But she gets the second best room. And it's decorated with birthday decorations and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay. Mia's trying to start off good with Wendy. Because Wendy used to belittle Mia every chance she got. But I used to be here for it. After what she did to her in Miami. But then we find out that Jacqueline is staying in the same room as Mia again. And remember when they went to Mexico? Or they went somewhere. And Mia and Jacqueline was in the room together. And that was the same time when Giselle said she saw them in the shower together. So people are assuming that they humping sometimes. I don't put it past them. When the husband's away, they want to play. Why Mia talking about something? Jacqueline needs nursing at night. So that's why she got to be in the room with me. I'm just like, you just proving everybody more right as to why they say she is like your sidekick and she like up your ass, and you know, it's just a lot. So Stacy arrives and the ladies sit down to have lunch. As they sit down to have lunch, Giselle, announces she's gonna be leaving in the morning to for the twins' cap and gown ceremony, and then she'll be flying back later on that day. So things start to get heated. Jacqueline brings up the sidekick comment that Jazzy supposedly made on the plane, and she starts in a dramatic ass way, like stating how she's her own woman. She says a lot that I don't even remember what she said. And Jazzy's like, you're something from the face up. I don't even remember what she said. and Jazzy and Jacqueline kind of throwing these shady comments or whatever the case may be. Then Jazzy's like, well, I said, she's like, I said that I was gonna be Mia's sidekick, but I was joking when I said that because everyone knows that I'm no one's sidekick. So it's like a little tension going around. So then Mia, she chimes in. She's like, guys, she loving this shit. Mia's low-key loving this shit. She's like, ooh, the girls are fighting over me. But it's just kind of like, why Mia? But then, so Mia's like, we're going to be taking a little cruise later. Then we're going to come back and have dinner with some of my friends who live in the area. So next thing you know, then Karen confronts Jacqueline about what she heard about Jacqueline saying she called her drinking. She called her while she was drinking or whatever. And she calls Jacqueline a liar. She's like, you two-faced it, you flip-floppy, I would never trust you, you not a friend. Just saying all types of shit to Jacqueline. So Jacqueline and Karen start having a back and forth. Jacqueline ass starts getting emotional. And Karen's like, you could cry till the cows come up. I don't even remember what the fuck she said. But when she said it, she said, oh yeah, she said, you could cry till the cows come up. I don't give a fuck. I was just like, bruh. I know it's not supposed to be funny, but it was hilarious. Karen is just funny, bruh. She just so funny. So after this lunch, the ladies, they so geeking to see Stacy's reaction when she found out she's staying in this bunk bed. This bunk bed room. So they all like, Stacy, come check out your room. So instead of Stacy giving them the reaction that they thought she was going to get him, she was like, oh my gosh, bunk beds. I always wanted to sleep in bunk beds. And I get to sleep with a roommate. She was like, and if it was going to be anyone, I am glad that it's Kiana. And Kiana was like, oh, I feel different now because I said at first that why I had to be with Stacy or something she said. Kiana said, I was like, this is why I love Kiana, because at least she kept it G and was like, well, I didn't say the same thing about you, Stacy. But they ended up liking the fact that they was rooming together. And I was like, good. I was like, that's good that fucking Mia ass is good now. Because, like, bitch, you tried to make something out of nothing, and now look what happened. Stacy didn't give you the reaction that you thought you was going to get. So I was glad that Stacy came in with that type of energy. So then we get this scene, Stacy and Karen, they have this sit down, and they basically, Stacy's basically sharing her concerns with Karen about having to tell her daughter soon about her and the dad getting a divorce. And Karen's trying to give her words of encouragement or whatever the case may be. Then the conversation leads to Karen telling Stacy that the ladies called her boring. And I was just like, Karen, you kind of putting sauce on it because Mia said she was uninteresting. And we didn't hear none of the other cast members call Stacy any of that. So I was just like, where the hell did boring come from? And when was it all of the other ladies? I was just like, really? I just couldn't believe. I was like, damn. And I was like, they're not even giving Stacy a chance. Like, what the hell is wrong? So Stacy's like, well, I'm sorry that the ladies aren't used to someone like me who uses her success to unite people instead of divide people. And I was like, I know that's right, Stacy. I was like, they just not used to somebody so positive, and they probably think that they ain't gonna be able to get to her in a way, and she can read a bitch so so poised, like, and so what's the word? Like she ain't gotta go to the gutter and shit. So I like that about her. I like Stacey so far. I mean, the trailer made it look like she was gonna be messy all through the trailer and shit. But I'm liking Stacey so far. She ain't did nothing to rub me the wrong way yet. Yet. So the ladies, they take this boat ride. And at first, when they took the boat ride, I thought that they was on separate boats. The way they was doing, the way they was setting up the conversations between the ladies, it looked like they was on separate boats. But we found out later that they are on the same boat. They just like, I guess they just sitting farther from each other. So Kiana, Stacey, and Jassy, they sitting together, and the three of them. And I was like, I like this. The three, I mean, it was the three newbies, so it was kind of like, damn, are y'all isolating the newbies? But I liked them sitting. I mean, I liked them getting along. It didn't seem like they was like trying to be shady towards or anything towards one another. It just seemed like they was cool, just sharing each other's thoughts and opinions on the group and on life. And they were just having regular conversation. So Kiana shares with them about her tedious relationship with Ashley. She's like, Ashley tried to apologize, and they showed a clip at the last reunion where Ashley tried to apologize to Kiana, and Kiana ain't really trying to hear it right now. And I get it, because Ashley is like a sneaky individual, so it's like, what the fuck you doing. So it's kind of like, I can see why Kiana feels the way she does. And she's like, the state, they pressing charges against, she's like, DC, they pressed charges against Deborah because it was assault with a deadly weapon. She's like, and I'm filing my own, she said, and I filed my own separate charges. And she said that she just waiting on a court date with Deborah ass. And I'm like, I had Deborah, your ass got a court date and didn't get what they get on Potomac? A flute, bitch. I don't like Deborah ass. Sesame Street. So then Mia, she's sitting over there with Karen, Wendy, Giselle. Who she said? Mia, Karen, Giselle, and who else? Wendy. So she basically telling them about Gordon and how sometimes he be cool with all of them cohabitating with Ink, and then sometimes she don't be cool. She don't be cool with it. I mean, sometimes he don't be cool with it. And she's like, well, he's on his medications now, so it's kind of more under control. It's keeping him on track. And Karen and Giselle, they like, Mia, you still married to him? We don't like that. We don't like that. It's just like, of course she's still married to him. What did y'all think was going on? I feel like it's a whole, I ain't gonna say it's a scam, but I just feel like Mia, she's like, I gotta come in this season with this storyline. I don't know what she's doing with G. It's just like, but it's like, kind of, do I feel bad for G? Because like the way they came on the show, Mia told us that he left his wife, his then wife, for Mia because he was sleeping with me. He was cheating. So it's kind of like, do I feel sorry for Gordon? Kind of no. Do I feel sorry for Mia? Kind of no. So now Kiana, she brings up Ashley talking about Stacey dating, like when Ashley brought up to Giselle when they was at having drinks. And Stacey basically is like, yeah, Ashley's like, she just blurted out, oh yeah, she's got a man or something. So then Ashley gets, Stacey, you don't have to do all that. I didn't say it that way. All I said was that you had a little friend, getting a little spicy with Stacey. So then Stacey and Kiana and Jazzy, they come and get closer to the rest of the women. And Stacey's just like, well, I just feel like, what she say? She's like, I just didn't like the way that you said it. And she's like, and I apologize for, what she say? She said she apologized for snapping at Ashley. And I was like, that scene where Ashley brought up the friend and Stacey gathered her ass, I didn't think that was snapping at Ashley. And I don't even feel like Stacey should apologize because Ashley is known to put her big forehead ass in people's business. And it's just like, mind your business. If it ain't your business, why bring it up if it ain't your business? Like, you have no right to bring up somebody else's business. So I was so irritated that Stacey apologized to Ashley, but that's what happens when you have a cast member that has couth Like Stacey has decorum. She's very demure, what they say. So I was just like, I mean, of course, Stacey, because she's a class act. So it's just like, and Ashley can't fathom that. She even said in her confessional at one point on this episode, all the stuff she was getting on the show, she gonna throw it at Stacey. And I'm just like, why would you do something like that? This is why people don't like your ass. This is why I don't like your ass. And then it's like, Stacey, why apologize when Ashley might do something just like this in the future or worse? So Stacey then tells the ladies about TJ being celibate and how she hasn't had intercourse in over a year, and you know, some of the ladies in their confessionals are giving their thoughts on it. And Mia's like, Stacey is not celibate. It's just like, just because you not don't mean. And then Giselle's like, I was dating a man who loves the Lord, and we was having a lot of sex. I was like, yeah, and he was having a lot of sex with other people too, Giselle. So just like, y'all comments about her sexuality, like, it was just corny. And y'all call her boring. Like, no. So then Karen brings up that she told Stacey that the ladies called her boring. And the ladies are like, who said that? And like, they was all like, Portia, who said that? So then Giselle's like, well, I said that you were very stiff. And then they're like, well, Mia said it. And Mia's like, well, Mia stands on it. She's like, you know, I said you were uninteresting. So Stacey's just like, well, I don't know what to do to make you ladies feel like. I don't even remember what Stacey's response was. It was just like, what is she supposed to do to make y'all think she's not boring anymore? She's supposed to have a scandal, or she's supposed to do something scandalous, or do something messy. It's just like, what? So then we get this final scene where the ladies get back to the house and they have a candlelit dinner outside, and Mia's friends from the area begin to arrive. And I'm thinking that Giselle is going to pull Karen to the side to have this conversation that she, you know, me and Karen, we need to have a talk, because I'm thinking she's going to pull Karen to the side. She decides to bring it up at the table in front of all these people, some people that they just met. And I'm just like, so she's like, yeah, you know, I told Wendy that I would get this out the way before her birthday. So I'm thinking she about to be like, so Karen, can me and you go have a side conversation? She's just like, so I wanted to talk about, and I was just like, Giselle, why? And we know why Giselle did it. I mean, Karen was wrong in a way, but it's just like, Giselle, you had this conversation in front of the ladies because you wanted some backup, because you feel like people gonna be in your defense because of the situation. Because I was like, why not go have a side conversation? The audience is surprisingly already on your side, which sucks. I hate to say that I'm a little bit on Giselle's side in this, because it was in memory of her father, and Karen waited till the morning of. I still fuck with Karen. That's still my bit. I mean, if I was on the cast, I'd be right with Wendy and Kiara, and I'd have stayed at Karen's event. But anyway, so Giselle brings up the G&A situation with the debacle with her and Karen. Karen does start to backtrack. She's like, well, you know, you never told me the day of your event. And then they go right to the flashback of Karen saying, well, yeah, I know your event's on Friday, and I have something earlier that day, but I'll make it to your event. And I was like, come on, Karen, I love you, you my girl, but like, they got you right. She got you right there. Like, you backtracking now. And she's like, you know, I just want to send an invitation to all the ladies, hoping that they can make both events. And I was just like, oh, come on, Karen. So Giselle's like, I just want you to be a friend to me like I've been a friend to you. And Karen's like, and I received that. Karen doesn't do no apologizing. She's just like, I received that. She's like, I regret not being at your event. She's like, but I won't take responsibility for your actions that day, Giselle. Like, basically saying, like, don't try to make me to blame for you kicking Jazzy and them out your event. Which I kind of agree with. It's just like, regardless of how you felt towards Karen that day, it didn't give you the right to snap on your friends and send them away when they came to support you. So Giselle leaves because, you know, she got to go see her twins in the morning or whatever. So she leaves the table. I think some more of Mia's friends come to the table or whatever. So then Mia's corny ass, she's like, well, let me introduce you to my friends, guys. And how about you guys go around and tell a funny story about me? And I was just like, you already got these two bitches, Jassy and Jacqueline, going at it about you. And now you want your friends to come and talk about you. Like, Mia is so self-centered, it's crazy. If you're going to be that self-centered, you got to keep up with the lies you tell. You tell lies and people be catching you in them lies, but you so self-centered. I just can't, like, Mia, I just can't with Mia. Ever since the Miami trip, I was done with Mia. But it's just like, I mean, she has funny moments, but it's still like, I'm just done. Like, Mia, really? So one of the friends tells a story about Ink licking Mia's toes. And I'm like, now Mia, you went to this girl and told this girl to tell this story? Because that's what it gave. I was like, so she went and told this girl to tell this story at the table. Because how is that a funny memory of a man licking your toe? I was just like, what? So then another friend says, she chimes in, she's like, you know, when I met Mia, she was planning her wedding to Gordon, and I was helping her get wedding things or whatever like that. So then Jacqueline, out of nowhere, very cringe-like, very weirdly, she's like, well, you know, I knew Mia way before that when she was shopping at Payless, and I'm like, okay, we know you're her oldest friend. Why do you have to chime in? It was just so weird, and it was like you proving people point even more. I don't know if it was edited or whatever, but it was just like, Jacqueline, why in that moment did you decide to say what you said? I was just like, okay. It was so cringe. I was looking at Jacqueline like, really? So then Mia starts telling the story, because right before they start telling the story, Karen is in her confessional. She's like, oh, I know Mia's friend Joy. We went out and had a good time one night. So now we go back and Mia's like, we had the dinner and Mia's she starts telling the story. She's like, you know, me, Karen, and my friend Joy, we went out for a night in the town out in DC. And Karen, what you don't know is, so then Karen's like, what? So Mia's like, well, you butt dialed us, and you said, and she started laughing all hard or whatever. And Karen's like, what did I say? And Mia's like, well, you know, we heard you say those girls think I'm with Ray right now. And Karen's like, I don't remember saying that, and that's how it go off. And I'm just like, I mean, every season they trying to claim that Karen cheating on Ray. Maybe they got an arrangement that we don't know about, and Karen just got to be less sloppy or messy or get caught or whatever. I don't know what the case is, but it's like every season they try to come for Karen. That's why I don't be feeling bad when Karen do stuff and they be like, oh, Karen, you shouldn't do that, da, da, da. Y'all come for this woman every season. So I'm not going to feel bad when she come at one of y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just not. So it's just like, Mia lies a lot. So it's just like, I don't know if she's telling the truth or she just saying this for a storyline or to get on Karen's bad side or to piss Karen off, irritate Karen. I don't know what the case may be. I mean, she could be telling the truth, but we will never know because Mia lies and Karen going to deny. So it's just like, I don't know who's telling the truth, whatever the case may be. It's just so irritating of Mia because it's just like, and I was surprised that she brought that up after Giselle left the table. Like, that's some shit that Giselle would have added some sauce to. So I'm kind of glad Giselle was gone from the table, but still, it was just, but of course it's going to get back to Giselle. So Giselle's coming back the next day. So it's not like it's not going to linger and be brought up again when Giselle gets back. You know Giselle going to come back and be like, well, I heard. So that's just what I felt. And that's how the episode ended. Like I said, I would still give it a B- because I appreciated the little funny, quirky moments in the show. Like Wendy going up to Jacqueline and them after they got into it and was like, I need y'all to know that this is about me. This trip is about me. It was just funny little moments. Karen getting mad at Wendy's birthday going well. They show all the flashbacks every year of Karen's birthday turning to shit. It's just like, it was a cute little funny little episode. Until we got to the end. I mean, Mia be thinking shit is funny and it just really be dangerous or, well, not dangerous. It'd just be too much. It'd be too much. But yeah, I would still give it a B-. I mean, like I said, next week, we probably going to see Giselle. I mean, when Giselle comes back, but we're going to see Giselle probably bring it up and be like, well, I heard that Karen, you butt dialed, da, da, da. Probably not going to be the last we see of Jacqueline and Karen getting into it. We still haven't seen the scene with Kiana kirking off about her scar. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be more little hissy fits and arguments to come. But I do feel like that. I feel like the girl Joy. I feel like Mia told her to tell that story about Ink, and I feel like she was backing Mia up just for a little attention. Like, yeah, you did, but darling, say that to us. Like, girl, who are you? Goodbye. But whatever, those are my little thoughts or whatever's for this episode. Leave your little thoughts and whatnots in the comments, and leave what you would grade this week's episode in the comments. All that good stuff, leave it in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel. I need over 300 subscribers. So help a girl out by just liking and subscribing to the channel. It's free. It's anonymous. I won't know it's you that liked it. I will. Do I know? I don't know if it show the names of the subscribers, but whatever. Just like and subscribe and support. It ain't like I'm a stalker or a weirdo or whatever. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment below. Thanks for watching this review, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.